What's the maddest that you've ever gotten at somebody on the freeway, and how far did you take it when it comes to the road rage? Like, I mean, did you...
Okay, there was a guy. I mean, this happens all the time. You're cruising along in the left lane, and some jerk's coming up on the right, and you can see him coming. He's swerving, and he's weaving in and out of cars and all this stuff. And he comes right up, and he's trying to cut off in front of you. And then this guy just comes over, and I have to slam on my brakes because there's really not enough room for him. Uh-huh. And so I slam on my brakes.
So he cut you off.
Oh, he totally cut me off just to get in the left lane.
Cut off, yeah.
Yeah, and so then I got in the right lane, and then the left lane for some reason hit the brakes, and I passed him. And then I was pissed. So then I was like, all right. So then I got ahead, and I got back over, and I saw him coming again. And so then I sped up, and so he couldn't get in front of me, so he pulled in behind me. Huge mistake. So I'm driving down the road. And the car to my right in the slow lane is only going about 65. I was going about 70 to 75, somewhere in there.
70 to 105, somewhere in that range.
And I slow down to where that guy in front of me, my front bumper is on his back bumper. The guy to my right that's only going 65, I slowed the whole freeway down.
Oh, good.
Nobody was going around me. And if the guy in the right lane sped up, I sped up. And this guy was back right to left. He was so angry that he eventually ended up passing me on the left. Out of the left lane on the shoulder, and yeah, and he's spraying gravel and crap everywhere. So then I was like, well, that didn't work. I mean, it was fun for a minute, but then I realized
because he could have damaged your car,
and he could have caused a bad accident and all that stuff. So I'm like, you know what? From now on, I'll just move out of the way.
Well, look at you!
I was pissed. That's when I was like, damn it! I wish I had a bulldozer blade on the front of this truck because I would have wiped him out.
Coming up, some road rage that went terribly wrong, and the person that sparked the road rage does something that I do all the time while I'm driving.
How pathetic can some people be?
It's a crazy world. You don't know what's going to happen. The other day I pulled up to an intersection, and there was a guy there before me going this way, right? I'm going this way. But there's a woman crossing in front of his car, like setting a pick. So it's like, so it's like my right of way. I can go. But then she does one of these, like, oh, my man, she hurries along. So now he goes, but I'm already out there, and the guy gives me the bird. And I don't roll that way. So I banged a Yui, and I followed the guy. 3 blocks, the guy pulls over. He goes, what's your problem, bro? I go, why'd you flip me off? He goes, because you cut me off. I go, you think that necessitates an you? And he goes, you want to get out of the car and fight about it? And I lean down to my glove box, and I go, yeah, I've been dying to cut somebody. Guy drove off. 2 things, you guys. I didn't have anything in my glove box, and that story isn't even true.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOC.
Okay, a guy is driving downtown St. Louis on Friday night / Saturday morning. It technically took place Saturday morning at 1:20 in the morning. They always say nothing good happens after midnight. The unidentified motorist had stopped in traffic, and when he stopped, he hucked a loogie out the window. This made some people in the neighboring car very angry, enraging them, and they began yelling at him. That's when he started yelling at them, and then one of the guys in the other car pulled a gun and fired a shot in the air.
Wow.
Fired a shot in the air. The speeding driver then took off, like I would do. I would try to drive away as fast as possible. But then the guys in the vehicle with the gun took chase. And they caught up with him a few blocks west of there. He heard another gunshot and realized he had been shot.
Oh, no.
He felt pain in his arm. And that's when he drove himself to the hospital. Cops are still looking for the suspects that fired the shot.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man.
Over a loogie?
Yeah.
I hawk a loogie all the time. Like, this is allergy season. I make sure I utilize my stoplights. And if I'm stopped at a stop, I'll open the door.
Yeah, I did it the other day.
Spit something out. I mean, I'll try not to spit on another car.
Yeah, right.
But hell, I mean, sometimes accidents happen.
Sometimes you're going down the freeway, you got to do it. You got to get it out of your mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I have it in my mouth and my wife's in the car and I'm like, ooh. I'm like, sorry. And if it's in my mouth and I say something to her, oh my God, her skin crawls. She freaks out. Now it's become a game. Now it's become a really fun game. And she hates it. and I love it.
Have you ever, since we're talking about allergy season this morning, have you ever coughed, had stuff go out clean where your mouth did not catch it and it went out into the atmosphere and then not known where it went? Like you're looking all over for it and you have no idea where it's at. Kind of like there's something about Mary.
I think that happens everywhere. I mean, to everybody at some point in time, right? You either sneeze or you cough, and then sometimes you say, "Oh God, there's some mucus." That's gross.
Like you see it out of the corner of your eye, but no, I'm saying like, you can't find it.
Yeah, you can't find it.
You can't find it to clean it up.
Yeah,
and how horrifying that is.
It's why it's great to have a dog because they'll come by and lick it up if they find it.
It always happens though when you're like out having dinner with associates or something.
Oh, what? No, that's never happened to me
lunch.
then. This never happened to me then. I'm very careful if I'm coughing or sneezing around other people. It's usually
but it's hard to do that motion, to cough or sneeze and keep your mouth closed.
The worst for me is I'll sneeze because I do have issues and I have just atmospheric issues and I have the dog issues. I'll have something in my mouth and it'll always be something that even though I swallowed it, there'll still be food particles in my mouth. And when I sneeze, it's just like a 12-gauge shotgun bird shot just going plastering everything. So
like you're hunting with Dick Cheney?
I have to run and get a freaking paper towel and sneeze into it. Otherwise, it's all over my hands, and then I have to go wash my hands. It's just terrible.
People need to chill the F out in St. Louis.
What do you do if you got a loogie and you're driving down the freeway and you can't pull over and you're going 55 or 60 or whatever and you can't slow down? You got nothing to spit in the car or the truck. You roll the window down and you let her fly and you just hope that it doesn't hit anybody.
Especially if they have a gun and they're easy to piss off.
Just make sure you spit down, maybe, not up. I used to love spitting up.
I hope they catch you two cretins. You don't try to take somebody's life because they spit a loogie out, even if it hit your car.
Well, it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't like they were spitting on you.
Well, who knows if it was or not, but regardless, still, it's just spit, man. It's just spit.
Don't bring spit to a gunfight?
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations to the two men that they're still looking for. You'll get yours. You're Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.